Good morning, everybody. It's great to hear from you again, and it's great to see you again. Lately in Korea, the COVID 19 situation has taken just a little bit of an uptick, and that means that there's a lot more concern and a lot more restrictions that are being placed on some of us in terms of not only international travel, that might be out of the question until next summer, but also even in the country. They keep on tacking on cities that we cannot visit or that we are advised not to visit unless the travel is essential, like Seoul and Jeonju and Gwangju and Yongwang County and Daegu and Daejeon. There's just so many places that they don't really want us to do. In fact, the emails that they send us nowadays tell us to refrain from all non-essential travel, which makes it a little hard to take vacation days, but I mean, I can't complain. I can still go outside, I'm not locked down. I'm just stuck in my hometown of little old Yosu. So I've found that since I have been restricted to hanging around my hometown, I've really developed a very regular routine, very grandpa like, if you will. Automaticity and regularity of what I do on a given weekend day if I have the whole day in front of me. So typically wake up around 8, 8:30, do a little push-ups, little sit-ups, little pull-ups, try to get the blood flowing a little bit, meditate, maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes, just be able to relax and set my mind, my body right before I start the day. So by then, maybe it's about 10, and I like to walk down the street towards the bridge, listen to my podcast or perhaps audiobook, just relaxing, and I walk all the way across the bridge and then down into downtown Yosu where I find the PC room. Recently, I just signed up for a membership with the PC room, not because I like to play games, but because I think it's a really great place for me to write. The screen is nice and big, and they have the lovely ergonomic chairs and these keyboards that light up. It's neat. It's neat. So sometimes I'll go there, and for about 1 to 2 hours, I'll just write. I've been making a much better habit of sitting down and writing and trying to prepare more blog posts, not even just for other people to read, but also I think just for my own sake. I find a lot more peace and stability when I have a more regular writing habit. I think that writing just helps me get those thoughts out on a piece of paper so that it's out of my head. It forces me to organize some of the jumbled mess that goes on upstairs, as I think we all might have a little bit of a jumbled mess that goes on upstairs sometimes. So try to make a regular habit of writing, and I try to do it early because as the afternoon wears on, oftentimes I'll sort of lose my motivation to go down and get it done. I'm definitely a morning person. I like to get it done first things first, and then just be able to knock off and relax for the rest of the day. How do I relax? Well, lately I've been really into reading. So I've been reading a book called South of Forgiveness, which I would highly recommend, by Thordis Elva, as well as City of God by Paulo Lins. It's the next book up for our book club, so I chose it. It's my third time reading it, and I just love the kaleidoscopic and massive scope of the Brazilian favelas. It's so dark and sometimes painful to read, but at the same time also very vivid and powerful. After I read for a little bit, I usually start to feel a bit hungry. It's about 1 o'clock, so I always go to my same kimbap restaurant, get a little bit of bibimbap, maybe a little mandu, some steamed dumplings, and they have the best banchan bar. Woo-wee! What are we talking about? We got some lovely fried bean sprouts. We got some kimchi, all the kimchi. We got some soup broth with a little bit of green onion in it. We oftentimes got some roasted seaweed, or perhaps just some boiled eggs. All I'm saying is they have one of the best banchan spreads of a kimbap restaurant that I could ask for. So have a little lunch there, and then perhaps head to another cafe. I love Starbucks. I like to go there and sip a comically large size of onere kopi, which means drip coffee, basically. And just read a little bit more of my book, listen to a podcast, just relax, let my mind wander, but also focus at the same time. Usually by the end of the day, I can get home. Usually it's about 5. Sometimes I lay in bed. Sometimes I take a nap. And after that, just maybe go for a run if I'm really feeling good today, prepare some dinner. And that's about it. That's about all there is to it. Sometimes my friends are having gatherings, and that's always fun to get out, talk to some more people, feel a little bit less lonely. I found that since the pandemic has picked up a little bit more and how South Korea has issued a lot more warnings and a lot more, not travel restrictions, but little nudges to tell us not to go anywhere, I find myself descending into routine and this grandpa like habit of regularity. And it's actually something that I think is good for me and might be good for other people too. You know, I love to set a routine and some things that I do just to help keep my sanity out here. So I hope that you all are keeping your sanity out there. And until then, this is Ian. Cheers.